My presentation today was about change. I think we're in a really interesting moment in the legal profession as a whole, how we deliver services as in-house lawyers, and also to a lesser extent, but also affected by some of the same factors, with private practice counsel. So in my talk today, I pulled out three what I call headwinds, which are factors that we can't influence but affect how our services are perceived. So the first headwind, the kind of productification of everything that's come after Uber, and I contrasted that, with the very limited change in how we deliver our services as lawyers that's happened in the last 20 years. So I talked about productification. Then I talked a little bit about how people's brains are changing. So how we consume information now, and particularly the fact that information is now available to everybody on demand. And then I talked a little bit about declining trust in institutions. So I talked a little bit about some original research that talks about this, and particularly how trust in government and traditional institutions is starting to fail, or starting to fall, pardon me. So we looked at those things, I called those things headwinds, and then we talked about change that is possible for lawyers. And very often now change is presented as something where it's kind of like either you use AI or you don't use AI, and whether or not you use AI is going to be determinative of whether or not you succeed as a lawyer. I kind of think that's the wrong framing, right? Actually, we should consider whether or not the way in which we work now is going to help deliver value to our customers going forward, and really start to think about the behaviors that we have as lawyers, whether or not those are actually going to take us to the place where we need them to take us to if we're going to maintain a sense of relevance. So there I talked about the importance of being customer-centric. I talked about the importance of change management and the culture that you build to allow your colleagues to share with you, to engage your team in a way which is mission-led. And then finally I talked about things that actually kill companies, particularly focusing on behavior, and how we as lawyers can bring this more human sort of data intelligence to the table to really enhance that value proposition.